This is going to be kind of divided into two parts. I was trying to think of where to begin with this lesson. As far as, I know a lot of people went into a lot of practical teaching and how to deal with conversations and engaging people. But I think understanding the message and the contents of the message is kind of related with that. And I know the pastor talked about this in his Evangelism series, if anybody ever listened to it. But he said, that the message and the method are the same. If you learn the message, then you learn the method. It's not really a step 1, step 2, step 3 kind of Roman road evangelistic approach. But when you learn the contents of that message, then you'll be able to walk through a witnessing conversation with someone. And I think that's very true, at least from what I've learned. As you learn, kind of the essential aspects of the gospel, it'll help you engage people and at any point in the conversation. So that's kind of what I wanted to do today, to kind of look at what are some of the contents of that message. And then if anybody hasn't heard that sermon series, we have it at the bookstore, the Evangelism, Biblical Evangelism. He kind of goes through Mark 10 with the rich young ruler. It's probably the best series I've ever heard on evangelism. So I've kind of I took some of this from that sermon series. It's like 30 CDs or something. No, it's like 9, I think. It's a lot of sermons, but anyways, so again, I think it's just important that we really reflect and not assume that people know, these aspects of the gospel message, because that tends to happen a lot. That, when we're in a conversation, we think they know what we're saying. They know these words that we're speaking to them. They know what the holiness of God is, but in reality, a lot of people don't. Even people that you encounter that go to church, they've never heard some of these things. And we see that all the time when we talk to people who are professing Christians. So I think you want to approach the person as if they've never heard these things, if they've never heard the gospel, and you want to be able to break it down to that person so that they grasp it, and that it's communicated clearly. So, as you learn and reflect on the message, I hope you really start to see how it kind of affects the way you approach people and the method itself. And I think, we always should begin with, in the conversation, of course, it can begin in many ways, but